Hey everyone, I don't know if I'm live yet. I'm checking on Facebook to make sure that the video is live, but it is acting strangely. So give me 1 minute to make sure that I'm there. It's the first time since everything has changed over on Facebook to the new format, and it is just not coming up for me. Hold on. Sorry. Well, I hope you're not just sitting there watching this. I hope I'm actually just not even on there right now because it is not working. I can't see anything. Oh, there you are. Okay. I think it's working. Yay. Okay, give me a second. I'm still getting in. Hey, 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 everybody. I think it's Oh, yay. Okay. I can even hear myself. That's great. Okay, you guys, I am so sorry. I could not get this to show up for me. It was making me crazy. So here we are finally. Hi, Sally. Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Kay. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sue. Okay, yay. And you guys can see my picture and it's all good. So I've been working on this today. I decided I was going to make this morning and sent out the message. And then I'm like, well, I guess, decide whether or not I can actually really make this thing. And it turns out I can make it. So that's a good thing. Okay. So what we have, I did put a link to the materials list there in the video. So if you want to download it, you can do that. But I'll go ahead and go over what I have here. We have two 10-inch squares. I'm using Liberty. So I have two 10-inch squares, and I'll tell you how I prepared these in a second. We have 4 2.5 by 12-inch rectangles or strips, whatever you want to call them. And then you need 2 pieces of fabric. I pieced mine because I wanted it to look like this, but 2 pieces that are 12 by 12. And that's these 2 pieces, which I pieced. They don't have to be pieced. They could just be a single piece of fabric. And then you need peltex, which I have a 12.5-inch square and 2 10-inch squares. I'm sorry, not 12.5, just 12 inches and 2 10-inch squares. I have some binding, and depending on what you want to do, that'll determine how much binding you need. And I have a little strip that's 2 inches by 12 inches of binding for our vinyl. And I have a piece of vinyl that's 8 by 12. I know that was fast, but like I said, you've got the instructions, the materials list there. And I have a zipper, and you can use a 12-inch zipper, or if you have a longer one that is just a vinyl zipper, then you can just shorten it like I did with this one. So first of all, I'm going to put these pieces aside because the back part we're going to do next week. So I'm going to put that aside. We're just going to work on, these are the inserts. Oh, and just so you guys know how this is going to work, just so I can show you. This will be the front. It's a piece of vinyl with a zipper and some other pieces that hold it together. The zipper will open up, and then these can slide into your case, and you can put your handwork pieces on these and they will hold it for you. Where's my 2 little zipper pieces? There they are. So I just wanted to show you that this peltex works kind of like flannel. You can put your pieces on it. They can slide in there and you'll be able to see them through the vinyl. The other thing you can do if you want to is make some 10-inch squares of vinyl so that those pieces of vinyl can slip down over the top of your pieces to hold them there too if you want to. I didn't do that with mine, but you can do that if you want to. Anyway, what I did to prepare these insert pieces, and just so you know, I can't see you guys talking to me until I walk over here and look at it. So, hi Elaine, hi Phyllis again, hi Shelly. Okay, so these are 10-inch squares, and this is peltex that has one side is fusible and the other side is not. So what I've done is fused a piece of, isn't this the cutest Liberty fabric? I love it. The mushrooms. Okay, so it's called Magic and I love it. And it is magic. So what I've done is fused the Liberty to one side of the fusible peltex. It's a single-sided fusible. You can get it double-sided. This is single-sided. And then I've done the same with this one. And I just wanted to show you there's two different ways you can finish the edges on this. This one I put a binding on because I like the way it looks on this side. And it doesn't really matter. If you want to put a binding on, you can. If you don't like doing binding, you don't need to do a binding. But I just thought it was fun with a binding. And then this one, I just stay stitched 1/4 inch all the way around. And I used my pinking shears and I just pinked the edges so that they wouldn't fray. And that's totally fine. You can do it that way, or you can do it with the binding. I just thought the binding was really fun. And I'll probably put a binding on this one too, just because I really like the way it looks. But you don't have to. It can just be like this and it's perfectly fine. So that's going to be our 2 insert pieces. And so those pieces are really simple and easy to do. I'll set those aside for now. And now I'm also going to set aside the back piece because this piece we'll do later and we'll put the whole bag together next week. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put together the front piece of the bag. So first thing I want to do, what I've done is I've made 2 little 2-inch squares and I'm just making a little zipper end tabs out of those. So I've just folded them over twice and I'm just going to put them on the end of the zipper and sew them down. And then for the vinyl piece, I've taken a 2 1/4 inch piece of Liberty fabric and I've made a little binding piece out of that as well. And I'm going to apply that to one side of the vinyl like this. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do those 2 end tabs on the zipper. And I'm going to put this little binding piece on the vinyl. So with this, because it's vinyl, I don't want to put pins through it. So I'm using clips. And I've already folded this over and pressed it. So it's folded over 4 times and pressed so that the edges are inside. I'm going to show you, so these things that I showed you, the inserts, I didn't think that you needed to see me do these. I mean, that's really simple. You're just fusing your peltex on. But the rest of it, I'm going to show you everything because I'm not going to be writing a written pattern for this one. So everything will be in the video. Unless you beg me, because you know I can't resist you guys, and I will do it for you if you beg me. But don't beg me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm just putting some binding clips on there, and I'm just going to go over and I'm just going to sew really close to the edge, make sure I catch in both sides of that binding on this. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to sew those end tabs onto the zipper. And the reason that I'm doing this now, I could have left the end tabs off. They don't really need to be there. I just think it looks cuter when it has end tabs on it. So that's the reason I do that. So you don't really need them because this will be covered by binding later anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the sewing machine and sew those pieces down. Presto changeo, we're over at the sewing machine. And hopefully you'll be able to hear me because I'm going to have to talk loud. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is sew the tabs onto the ends of the zipper. And what I've done is sewn across to keep the pieces together so that they don't come apart when I sew them. Because that happens to me like every single time the ends of the zipper wants to come apart. So I always sew them together now. And what I'm going to do is just sew really, really close to the edge of the fabric. So I just put those tabs right there on the ends, just checking to make sure they've gone both directions. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to sew this binding down onto the vinyl. Probably should change the color of my thread because I'm using white thread, but I guess it's not the end of the world, even though this is dark fabric. And I'm just going really slow so that I don't mess it up. Because it is my precious, precious liberty. I just went a little sideways, so I probably messed it up. So that doesn't look bad. Looks okay on the other side. Cool, good to go. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me, Karen. Okay, so here we have our zipper. I'm just going to cut off the edges, the extra bit on the tabs so it's not hanging. There's our cute little zipper. And now, so the way that the little bag is going to go together is the vinyl will be in the center. There'll be a little piece of fabric on the top and a little piece of fabric on the bottom. Just like this. Can you see that? Let me move this up a little bit. So it'll be like this. And so that'll be the front of our bag. So what I want to do is take this top piece of fabric and put it right side down on the top of the zipper. And I've got a piece for the interior. And that needs to go, actually, hold on. Let me think for a second. This goes this way. Yeah. So the interior is right side up. The exterior is right side down. And then it goes like that. Yes. So what I'm going to do is put our two pieces together and pin it. You can use your clips here too if you're a clipper, but I am more of a pinner. So I'm going to pin my zipper into between these two pieces here. So you have your right sides together, your zipper's in the center, your zipper's facing up. We won't be turning through the zipper, so it doesn't matter if it's closed or open. I just usually leave it open a little bit because it makes it easier to open up wider when I'm sewing. And so I can get past the zipper pull when I'm sewing. Okay, so now I'm just going to sew this seam with the zipper, put the zipper foot on my machine and go to town. And then the other thing I'm going to do is sew this piece of fabric. So this is the top where we just sewed the binding. I'm going to put the bottom exterior piece face down on the vinyl and the bottom interior piece face up. And this one I am going to clip, if I can find my clips, because it's vinyl and I don't want to stick pins through my vinyl. Okay, so we're just going to sew that zipper and we're going to sew this part and then we will come back and do the next part. Okay, so the first part I am going to do is I'm going to sew the vinyl piece because then I have to switch over to my zipper foot. So I'm going to sew the vinyl first. So there we have that piece sewn. And that'll be the exterior and that'll be the interior. Okay, now I gotta switch my foot over to zipper foot. I have not used this zipper foot in a really long time, so I'm going to go very slow. I'm just making sure that I'm not going to go past my zipper pull because I don't want it to, it always goes sideways on me if I do that. So I'm going to move the zipper pull out of the way so that I can keep sewing. Okay, so now I have my zipper sewn in. And that'll be the exterior, and this will be the interior. Now I'm going to finger press the fabric. On the outside and the inside. This is a nylon zipper, so I don't want to press it. I could press it, but I have to be really, really careful. Otherwise it gets, it'll get melted by the iron. So I usually just finger press. So I've pressed it away and I'm going to top stitch it, but I'm going to wait and do that after I do the other side of the zipper. So make sure that your outside is facing up. And put your binding edge right along the edge of the zipper. Can you see this? Let me just make sure that you can see that. Yeah, okay, so you can see that. So I'm gonna put the binding edge right along the edge of the zipper. And I'm gonna pin it. And I am going through the vinyl, but because I'm going through the binding, just where the binding is, it won't show because it's in the vinyl. The vinyl's inside, so don't have to worry about it showing. And I want to get it not as close to the edge of the zipper teeth as I had it there. So I'm going to move it a little bit farther away. It was a little too close. I don't want the zipper to get caught on the edge of the vinyl. So I'm moving it away a little bit. Okay. So now I'm just going to top stitch right along the edge on both sides, and that'll keep the fabric from getting stuck in the teeth when you open and close the zipper. Try to go the other direction. So I'm just going really slow so that I don't get off track. And I'm trying to make sure that it stays nice and even and straight along where the zipper is. Okay. So that's done. I'm going to move back over to the other camera so I can show you this better. I'm glad you can see it really well, you guys. Oh, but what I didn't do is I didn't sew along the other edge. So I do need to go back and sew the top stitching right here. But I can do that in a minute. You guys don't need to see me do that. So I'm just going to top stitch this so that it holds the fabric away on the bottom so that when I open and close the zipper, it doesn't get stuck in the zipper. But for now, just wanted you to see what's been done so far. So we've got the zipper in. This is the binding strip along the top of the vinyl. And then this is the bottom part of the vinyl, and this is the inside. So I'm going to finger press that a little bit too. And I'll probably top stitch this to keep it away from the vinyl. Along the top and bottom. Okay, so that's all we're going to do this week. And then next week, I'm going to show you how to put this part together with the back part and make the little bag out of it. So download the materials list from that link that I left there for you, and get all your pieces ready. And if you want to work up to this point, then next week I will show you how to finish it. Do you guys have any questions about what I did, or any questions about the fabric or anything? This is all Liberty fabric and it's so cute. I love it. I wish that that I hadn't used white thread, but on the other hand, it's okay because at least you can see it. Good, I'm glad, Karen. It's a cute little thing. And I didn't tell you guys, but the reason that I decided to make this bag is that I've been carrying all of my handwork around in a Ziploc bag. Now, isn't that the silliest thing? I know how to make something cute to carry it around in, but instead I've been carrying it around in a Ziploc bag. It's just silly. So I decided that I was going to make this little bag to carry my handwork around in because, yeah, I think we all need a cute little bag to carry our handwork around in. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you again next week. And I don't have a picture of the finished bag, Sue, because I haven't finished the bag. But I will have one for you. Well, obviously, after I finish it next week. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and finish this one and make a second one next week. So, so I'll have a finished picture then. I decided to make this morning, so you guys are seeing it all in real time. Okay, you guys, I will see you next week. And of course, if you're over in the Tilda Club, the Liberty League, you guys will be hearing from me, you know, over on Facebook, in the group, or on the website. And I'm going to start doing some more interesting things on the website. So we should be firing it up over there. Oh, that'll be super fun, Elaine. Super cute. Okay. Well, I will see you guys soon. Love you all. Bye.